Makers. Today we're going to be talking about the new 2-pack from the DC Multiverse, Doomsday and Superman from the movie. So here we have the Doomsday from Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. Very nice looking set. So on the side here, we have the Superman, Doomsday and Superman, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. So on the top, we have the Dawn of Justice. And on the side here, Doomsday and Superman. On the bottom, we have the UPC code. It'd be better if you see it, right? So there we go. And we have the weights over here. So let's get it on the scale and see how much it weighs. Okay, the 2-pack is coming in at 2 pounds, 0.2 ounces. So let's get it off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
So with all the McFarlane stuff, you have the 3 at the top, the 1 at the bottom, so it's easy. Just take that one, pull out these side items here, and voila! We have the box out of it. And we can definitely see that we have this nice piece of cardboard art that's going to be smashed, but hey, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. They're taped on, they're not actually on this, so you can keep this background and reuse it on your shelves as a backing. Very nice. Thank you, McFarlane. So we see we have here the actual figures, and this is a little different for McFarlane. We have an actual wrap that goes around here, but you have to do some snipping on the outside before you can get to the inside. So let's break them out and see how cool they are. Okay, now that I have these guys out of the box, let's look at the accessories for Superman first. Very cool. He comes with a spear and a couple of hands. And here is his card, the front. And the back. And here we have Doomsday's card. And his back. So it's very cool to get these guys in. Looks just like the movies. I am definitely cool. Now this guy is coming in right at 10 inches and a quarter. So 10 and a quarter inches versus the 7 5/8. So much bigger. Though this guy is definitely lots of details. So let's go ahead and look at those details here. Such a beautiful head sculpt we see here. Nice ridges and everything. The eyes, just like the movies. Now, as we go down toward the chest, we can see on his left chest side, we get a little bit of damage there. Very nice. As we go down, we can see all those lovely details of bone ridges and the different coloring. Very nice looking figure. Now, as we come down, we see that he has 4 toes and not 5, which is a very interesting feat. And if we turn him around, we get to see all those nice details in the legs going on. And there's his little booty. And we get that spine. Oh, look at that nice ridges and everything coming out, the bony thing. Now, people were complaining that the Doomsday didn't look like the comic book. Well, that's fine. This is the Emerge version. If you can remember back in the comic books, he was pretty much like this until he kept getting attacked, and that's how the bony ridges came out. Now, the back of the head here, we can see a little bit of details there. We turn around to the side, that nice bony ridge as we come all the way down to the arms. Very nice. And then we can see this is a closed fist here. Now on the other side, we have an open hand with these lovely little claws coming out at you. Very cool. Look at that level of detail in that hand. And as we go up the arms, very nice. Now there is one thing I did notice when I was messing around with this guy. There is no gap guard here for this arm. So whenever you move it, you might see a little space there. But overall, a very nice looking Doomsday. Now, Doomsday himself has pretty good articulation now. His arms do come up, and it was pretty easy to get there. And he has all this range motion in there. It would have been better with a little gap guard or something in there, but that's all right. If you pose him just right, it'll hide that up. Now he does have the ability to scoot in a little bit and almost clap his hands. You can see here, you can almost get it there if he had two hands to clap. Very nice. Now there is no bicep swivel in this guy, but he does have a single bend in the knee, or elbow. But it doesn't go all the way up. It only comes out to this far. It's all right. We can deal. Now the hand itself can rotate around, and we do get a pretty good movement in and out of there. Not all the way, but enough to smash you with. Now this arm, same thing. Hand just goes in and out just a little bit. Now as far as the chest is concerned, no ab crunch here. Just a spin at the waist. And the ball jointed allows for a little bit of a back bend. Very nice. Now this guy can do this much of a split. And this much forward and back. Now his knees and legs only have a single bend, but at least you get this much movement out of there. Not a full 45, but pretty close. Now the ankles themselves are on a ball jointed hinge. You can see here is the hinge. The ball, or the peg, comes right there. So you can get the peg back that far and get it this far forward. Now he does have a toe bend, so you get that little bit of extra movement in that ankle. Now if we straighten him out, you can see that on the bottom of his feet, he does have a peg at the very, very back. Not in the middle, but the back. So, very nice. Now, on to my other excited bit of review. This guy has a cloth wired cape. Very, very nice looking cape here. See, it comes up. And it is very, very cool. You can do that lovely bending and shaping. Oh, so nice. So as far as Superman himself, this is the prior mold. And to demonstrate that, here is the prior mold. So as you can see, we have not a lot of detail changes for this guy. The only thing that's the real excited part is the cape. Very cool about that. Now my waist is a little moved here. Might have to dunk him in some hot water just to get those joints all loosied up. But as far as Superman is concerned, he does have a little bit of the gap guard. He does a nice T-pose. It actually goes up a little bit higher. Bicep swivel, double bend in the elbow, and a ball-jointed peg hinge here for the wrist. And those wrists do come out, and you can place the other ones. Now his head can look up this much, down that much, right and left, no problems. Now his ab crunch here, we can see he's got a pretty good one in the back. Going forward, he's got a little bit of one. Now he can spin at both of those sections, and he can do this much of a split, forward and back. Double bend in the knee, ankles on a ball jointed peg hinge, and a toe bend. But look at the level of detail in this suit. I always liked the prior mold, and this version is no exception. That wired cape makes it look totally cool. Now I am noticing one thing on here. The S here has a very nice detail. It's not as noticeable on my prior version, but this version, that little S going in has a little bit of, if you can see it there, tread. That is very cool. Nice little details there. Now here is his belt. And his hands going down all the way to his feet. Now his kneecaps are different colors. If I look at the prior version, not as noticeable, but definitely noticeable. And we'll come down to these boots. Same kind of detailed texture in them. No tread on them though. Come up to the back. We see his back. Same kind of detail as before. And nice there. But that wired cape just makes it happen. Now it'd been nice if it came with a stand, but coming with the spear itself is a rather unique treat. So he does come with a hand that can hold the spear. However, you'll notice that it is a closed thumb here. So you would have to get this all the way in to get him to use it, which is a challenge in itself because you have these ridges and it doesn't come apart for you to do that. So yes, I know that Superman was holding the spear and going there, you know, and doing certain things, but here is the other thing. So you have two right hands, one's a pointy and one's a flying. So you can't really hold the spear like this. You can hold the spear with one hand and fly with the other, I guess. So we're going to try it out and see how it
Here
looks.
we
have it. Yes, it does work well enough. You can see here, I got the thumb here broke apart from there and was actually able to get it in there and get this spear going there. You could extend it a little bit further if you wanted to, you know, but this definitely is cool. Now the wired cape adds on to it for definite sure. You know, just the flying on it just looks awesome. I definitely dig this set. That is for sure. So definitely we'll be displaying this as he's attacking Doomsday here. Now for Doomsday, we see he's this big. So how does he compare with the prior version? So if we look, here is the prior Doomsday from the comic book Superman 2-pack, and we can see that this Doomsday is just a little bit taller. Now, everybody was asking, you know, why couldn't they do this? Why couldn't they do this? But like I say, when he first came out of the cave in the comic books, this is what he looked like. And if you can remember, as slowly as this dissolved, he got attacked by things, and then the bones just started growing. It just wasn't all just like that. And you can see that smoothness here as we look at the figure. Now this is a rather older figure, and it's very cool. Goes on my Doomsday shelf. So yeah, I definitely dig this as it came from the movie. So it's not the comic book version, that's fine. It's from the movie. So if you get a chance to get this 2-pack, I know they've sold out and redid it and sold out and redid it, you know. They probably will be in stores later, you know, in retails, because that's the way it always works. But definitely worth the time and the money's looking for it. So if you are a Superman fan, this is an awesome set. So here we have Superman with the rest of the Justice League from the Justice League movies, and then we have some of the other movie figures, and here they go. Superman versus Doomsday, Dawn of Justice area. So remember to like, subscribe, and keep